2001 LS430. Did the white needle conversion, as you can see. But I just hit 243,000 on the freeway, and I'm hit with a check VSC error. VSC off, check engine light on. And believe it or not, this really has nothing to do with the VSC system. I guess it just does this to warn you there's something greater wrong, so you don't ignore it. So the actual problem is a check engine light. So there's something wrong with a sensor or emissions related in the engine. And once you fix that, you're not going to have a VSC problem. So we'll hook up the scan tool, see what it is, and then see what we can do to fix it. So here we got TechStream on an older laptop here, Windows 7 laptop. So we don't have to run it in virtual mode or anything. And we're just we got just a cheap eBay cable, not the actual Toyota cable or the Mongoose cable, just a $20 cable. And we're running version 12.00127. That seems to work the best. You can access all the systems and all that kind of stuff. So what we're interested in is the engine ECT, because that's our code. That's where it's coming from. And I mentioned in previous videos on my GX, I was actually using the Mongoose cable, but that would not access the TPMS system, but this cheap cable does. So there's some weird quirks with it. I have programmed ECUs with this version of TechStream, but definitely use the Mongoose cable. Oh, here we go. Definitely use the Mongoose cable to do any kind of serious programming, because the cheaper cables, don't really trust it. So here's our problem. We've got 1346, 1349. Bank 1, that's the driver's side, so the left-hand side of the engine if you're sitting in the car. VVT-i sensor camshaft, position sensor circuit, range performance problem, and then the VVT system malfunction. So I'm hoping this is the VVT solenoid, the oil control valve. I found a used one just to plug it in and see. I was searching in some salvage yards to see what they had, but unfortunately there was just a Dorman one. Someone took all the other ones. So we'll see if that does it. We'll investigate these codes and see exactly what they say and what the problem might be. But it's typical on a higher mileage UZ engine or the V8s to have this kind of problem. So we'll check it out. What I'm going to do is basically show you where it is, how to pull it out, and then we'll stick a new one in and then see if it clears the codes. Alright, so this is the engine. Obviously the cover's removed, and then you'll see the oil control valve right here on the driver's side. Just got one 10mm bolt. There's another one on the passenger side, but for whatever reason it seems like this is the one that kind of fails for everybody. So the plug, sometimes this will crack on mine. I mean, this is still pliable and soft, so that is not a concern at this moment. And we'll just pop our 10mm on there. And I think we can loosen this by hand. Yep. So it's just one bolt, that's it. And then I'll show you the new one I got, or used one or whatever, junkyard one. And then we'll do some testing on the bench, see if we can activate this thing, because it's just a ground and then a signal, or probably power by the ECU. And then here's the one, the sole one in the junkyard that was there. It is, I believe, a Dorman version or whatever that is. So hopefully it works, at least until I can find an actual OEM one. You can buy these brand new from Lexus. They're about $160. I wouldn't do a used, or not a used, I wouldn't do a cheap aftermarket one. I would trust a used OEM one before any kind of aftermarket one. So here, you just tap it, it comes out. My finger's blocking everything. It's just held in by an O-ring essentially, and then you can kind of work this out of here, hopefully, under the harness. A little bit of a tight fit there, and I actually, yeah, a lot of people have problems with this connector breaking, I guess, or the wires. For whatever reason, mine's fine, I don't know. Okay, so that's it. That's out. There's the old one. It's really hot. I'm just going to set this over here. We'll do some testing on that later. And then slide our replacement one in. Hopefully this works. I actually had the code pop up for 50 miles or so, and then it went away, and then it came back again. So I'm assuming this is it. And it's not great to tap on this, but there we go. Apologize for the cell phone footage, but my GoPro is MIA at the moment. And one-handed is not fun. So, get this bolt in here. I guess we could just leave it out for testing purposes, but you know. So what this does is basically just opens and closes and then redirects oil to the VVT-i camshaft, whatever you want to call it, the gear. So when that commands the VVT system to operate, it kind of redirects the oil to it. Okay, there's that. So we'll plug her in there. That looks good to me. Go back inside. Okay, so now we have a new code, 1656 OCV circuit, because I unplugged it with the car on, which is probably kind of dumb, but looks like the VSC, check VSC error is now gone. So we'll see here. We'll clear these codes right here with the eraser. Clear. Uh-oh, there goes my laptop. Well, gotta get a charger for that, but let's see if this is no longer here. There you go. So sometimes you do have to clear the code, sometimes you don't if it's a sensor issue, and so it looks like the new valve fixed the issue, and that's it. So we'll do some testing on the bench and see if it actually is locked up, or what the deal is, or you know, how they go bad. It's just a simple like plunger, but we'll take a look. So here is our old solenoid. Here's another one from an GS300. It's a little bit different, the angle of this connector. So I did some initial testing and it still works, so I don't know if it's intermittent, but if you apply power and ground to the terminals here, you'll see that's it. It just moves the plunger. So that is the extent of what it does. And I don't know if this is just, I don't know, intermittent or plugged or something. It does sound a little different than the IS or the GS one. So here's the GS one. This is a louder click. Oops, I'll show you this side. Yeah. So that's it. Just open and closed. And the original again. I didn't test the other one that I put in there, but it's working fine. Yeah, it just sounds a little different. So that's it. I'll put the part numbers in the description, and hopefully, I know there's some other videos on this, but I figured I'd just cover it because it affected me. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.